Hey guys, this is gamercal. Toad's falling over right from the start. We're playing Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, and it's time for that game mode. And for those who know what it is, well, good for you. Not going to spoil it until we go straight for it. However, this is going to be the first case where I use a star character. It's going to be Star Diddy because Star Diddy is kind of consistent enough for this. It's Ring Attack. Yep, for those who knew, well, good on you. The reason this is so difficult is because you basically have to go through the rings, all of the rings which are on the course, and then still make par on the hole. It's okay for the first set, it's mostly okay for the second, and it starts getting hard after the third ones. You know, and any course after the shifting sand set is just horrible. And yeah, you really do have to go through literally all of them. It doesn't matter like how. Thankfully the simulation line is a lot better in this game than it was in the original one because it was really hard in the original. But that just means they do even freaking worse stuff with it. I'm gonna do one course per video, so these ones are probably gonna actually be kind of shortish to start with, you know, because the first ones aren't really that hard. But yeah, you're gonna start seeing when we get to Blooper Bay, it's going to start getting really kind of hard. I've done this mode with Diddy in recent times, and I know it's possible. There's a few holes which are very, very difficult for him, as most of the characters, oh wow, that was bad. Most characters would struggle a hell of a lot with them, and Diddy is no exception. His drive distance is just about enough for this. You really have to be using star characters for a lot of these, and yeah, that is it. So we can see here, of course, half of the ring is buried into the ground, so my idea for this one is to hit kind of around about here. You'll notice that just like the tournaments, there is no wind and I believe no rain in the first in Lakitu Falls, but there is... It's not Lakitu Falls, it's Lakitu Valleys, it's like Cheat Sheet Falls or something. What am I talking about? Anyway, there's no wind on this one, but there will be wind starting from the next course, and yeah, sometimes the wind does get pretty vicious. What you can do is you can restart the thing, you know, go back to this menu and start again with different conditions and such. So if the wind is really causing you a lot of problems, you can start it again, I believe, and change the conditions, but you know, I will try not to do that. I might do that for a couple of holes because a couple of them really do need pretty ambient conditions, and if the wind is severe, then it's just going to make it nearly impossible. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this one is quite easy when you're using Star Diddy because you don't really have to adjust much apart from that first shot, and everything tends to go pretty good. But it shows you quite clearly the sort of thing to expect, and I actually overhit this, so now, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit, but it's par 5, I don't really need to worry too much. One thing you need to remember is that this is a, one of those, wow, I need to really freaking hit this. This is one of those modes which, what am I trying to say, you get one power shot per thing, pretty much, and that is it, so hope that you use it well. I might even have to restart this if this doesn't go in the thing, which it has, so that's okay. It's going to stay away from the out of bounds, however, so now I just have a tricky-ish, heavy rough approach to make. It's okay, it's not impossible. It's kind of obviously a lot harder than I'd like to do, but it's not impossible. And let's just see where this ends up going. It ends up going pretty close, so yeah, we're gonna make par, and that is this one done. So that's not too bad, because what are we? We are three holes through, and yeah, we've got that. Once you've cleared 4, I think, you are able to go to the next set, so yeah. This one's kind of tricky-ish, because you've got to hit this shot first. Obviously the use of spin shots and stuff like that is really good in this particular mode because it lets you do lots of cool stuff. You can also kind of get away with just about hitting it maybe here so that you can sort of get more You know, you don't have to hit it straight through the ring. If you hit it through the edges of the ring, it tends to count as well. So that's a good thing to bear in mind. I maybe shouldn't have top spun that, but I think it's going in the bunker anyway, so wouldn't have mattered if I hit that with top spin or whatever. But I can still hit it through the ring and onto the green, so not exactly that bad. Minus 4% is a bit difficult though, but it's okay because it's for a birdie anyway, and you only need par. So I'm not too fussed about that being on the fringe. Can putt from here. Shouldn't be a disaster because I should get this relatively close. Probably not actually, overhit that. And didn't see 2.3 foot downhill, but it's alright. That, I believe, will go in. As it does. So we are 4 holes through, which is pretty good. You obviously have to clear all of them if you want to clear this mode entirely, but yeah, now you can see I've cleared 4 so I can go to the next set. But we're not going to bother with that at all because that's just not what we want. What we want to do is this one. This one is pretty good. You can side spin this so that it doesn't hit a nasty spot. And yeah, Diddy's drive is a very good distance for this one. His control is very useful. You know, being 1 bar above average is definitely helpful for this. He's got a nice high shot, so most of the rings aren't a particular hazard to hit. Although it does make ones like this a little bit harder than it should be, but nah, it's not too bad. Don't hit the tree though, for the love of God. Actually side spin around that tree, because I do not want to hit the tree with this shot. Hit that backspin, because that's a bit harder than I expected, and it's gone straight through the ring, that is good. It's actually not a bad shot. It took a very weird kick off that hill though. But hey, nice flap, birdie putt, can't complain at that. As I said, the Lakitu Falls ones are generally not that hard. There is one, this last one is actually pretty tough because you've got to really properly line this shot up. Times 2, you can see we have to hit a pretty precise shot here. The idea is really to hit pretty much just into that ring so that you can, you know, get yourself across for the next shot, but you can really only make par in this one unless you chip it in for your 3rd shot. So you've got to be precise, you've got to get your shots in the right area, which is why I'm using somebody like Diddy, because it just makes it that much easier. So yep, just going to hit the old 6-iron down here, and that should be good. Yep, sets me up quite nicely to obviously not miss the ring in the next shot, and get me over to the green. 165 yard though, you could see if I was not using a star character, this would be kind of difficult to hit, so yeah, you've really got to be using star characters for this. I've seen a lot of people using ones like Mario, but personally, you know, I think Shadow Mario 41 did that actually, but I've seen a lot of people using Mario, Daisy, that type. I've seen people using Yoshi, which is not bad. I would choose Yoshi if he had a slightly higher drive, I think, but the low drive length is a little bit awkward for me to do this with. So yeah. Anyway, that is the first set done. So yeah, Diddy is going to be taking us through all of these unless I really can't do one with him, but I have done all of them before, so I am pretty confident. Minus a couple in the last couple of things, but I'm pretty confident in general that Diddy can do this, so yeah, Diddy's the one who's going to be doing it. So this has been gamercal playing Ring Attack for the godforsaken reason on Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, and join me next time when we do the cheap courses, and yeah, that's what we have to contend with to start with. So see you guys next time.